Washington is reeling tonight after a new court filing triggered a dramatic shift on Capitol Hill, and for the first time in months, members of Congress from both sides are openly distancing themselves from Donald Trump. What began as a routine legal update has now erupted into a full-blown political storm, sending shockwaves through the House, the Senate, and beyond. The filing, which surfaced late yesterday, immediately caught the attention of lawmakers and legal analysts alike. While much of the document was technical in nature, several sections raised serious legal and political questions that lawmakers could no longer ignore. Within hours, congressional offices began issuing carefully worded statements, signaling a noticeable change in tone that many are calling unprecedented. For weeks, congressional leadership had largely avoided direct commentary, choosing instead to let the courts handle the matter. That silence has now been broken. Senior lawmakers who once defended Trump or stayed neutral are suddenly calling for clarity, accountability, and respect for judicial process. In Washington, those words carry weight, and the shift is impossible to miss. Behind closed doors, sources say tensions are running high. Emergency meetings were reportedly held as lawmakers scrambled to assess the political fallout. Several committees are now reviewing the implications of the filing, not necessarily to take immediate action, but to prepare for what could come next. This marks a sharp contrast from earlier moments when congressional response was slow or fragmented. Legal experts point out that the filing itself does not represent a final judgment, but its contents appear to have crossed a threshold politically. It introduced new interpretations, timelines, and evidence references that complicate the broader narrative. For many in Congress, defending the situation outright has suddenly become far more difficult. What's especially striking is the reaction from lawmakers who had previously aligned themselves closely with Trump. Some are now urging caution, emphasizing the importance of institutions over individuals. Others have gone further, stating publicly that no one is above the law. These statements, while measured, signal a clear recalibration. The ripple effects are already being felt. Congressional leadership is reportedly under pressure from within their own ranks, with younger members and swing district representatives expressing concern about voter backlash. With election cycles always looming in Washington, political survival is never far from the conversation. Meanwhile, Trump's camp has responded forcefully, calling their action overblown and politically motivated. Statements released by allies frame the filing as part of a broader pattern of legal pressure. However, even some longtime supporters are noticeably quieter this time, choosing not to engage publicly. Capitol Hill observers say this moment feels different. It's not just the filing itself, but the cumulative weight of ongoing legal challenges and public scrutiny. Lawmakers who once saw political advantage and unwavering loyalty are now calculating risk more carefully. In the Senate, discussions are reportedly more cautious but equally intense. Senators are known for playing the long game, and several are said to be waiting to see how public opinion evolves before making stronger statements. Still, the fact that the conversation is happening at all marks a significant change. Political analysts know that Congress turning away does not necessarily mean immediate consequences, but it does alter the power dynamics. When institutional support weakens even slightly, it sends a message to donors, party strategists, and voters. Media reaction has been swift. Coverage across major outlets has highlighted the changing rhetoric, emphasizing phrases like growing concern and mounting pressure. These are not words used lightly in political reporting, and they reflect a broader reassessment underway in Washington. What happens next remains uncertain. The courts will continue their process, but Congress now appears less willing to act as a shield. Committees may request briefings, lawmakers may call for transparency, and public hearings are not off the table, depending on how developments unfold. For Trump, this represents a challenging moment. Political strength often depends not just on legal outcomes, but on perception of momentum. Right now, that momentum appears to be shifting, at least within the halls of Congress. For the country, the situation underscores the complex intersection of law and politics. Court filings may be legal documents, but their impact can reach far beyond the courtroom, shaping alliances and redefining strategies. As Washington braces for the next move, one thing is clear. The reaction to this filing has changed the conversation. Congress is no longer standing uniformly behind Trump, and that alone marks a significant development in an already volatile political landscape. This story is still unfolding, and the coming days will reveal whether this shift is temporary or the beginning of a deeper realignment on Capitol Hill. Stay tuned, because what happens next could reshape the political battlefield in ways few expected.